Well, hello, boys and girls, ladies and gents, and members of the Big Red Food Army. Here we go again, round two, for another brew review. What do we have on tap tonight? Saint Arnold's Lawnmower. And I can't read all the small writing, so let me grab my reading testicles. And this is the first time I'm doing one brew review after another, because I only had 2 beers left, so I said, fuck it, let me knock them both out. Okay, so this is Saint Arnold's Fancy Lawnmower, German style, and I don't even know how to pronounce that, Kolsch, whatever the fuck that means. But anyway, this is from a local Houston brewery. I've had their non-alcoholic root beer, which is pretty good. Let's see, brewed and bottled by Saint Arnold's Brewing Company, Houston, Texas. Let's see what it says here on the back. Saint Arnold's this is even hard to read with my reading testicles because it's white ink on light green paper. As Bishop of Metz, Saint Arnold spent his life warning of the dangers of drinking water and exalting the virtues of beer. During his funeral, his pallbearers stopped to quench their thirst, but they only had one mug to share among them. Then a miracle happened. The mug never ran dry, and all something were satisfied. That one's, the label's all wet and messed up. And all something were satisfied. Okay. So this is, they make, again, it's a little microbrewery. They make a bunch of different beers. Usually in the German fashion. This one's their Fancy Lawnmower. How much alcohol is in this sucker? This has only got the label's all 4.9% alcohol by volume. So by beer standards, this is about a normal, like any other domestic beer. And then they got St. Arnold's logo with the state of Texas. That's one thing I know just about living in Texas. These fuckheads love the shape of their state, and they love that fucking star. I don't fucking get it. Ooh, I like this state that looks like a big ham hock. And a star. Anyway, here's to you. Saint Arnold's Fancy Lawnmower. Smells like a regular beer. Tastes like a regular beer. So, theoretically, if I had a fucking Budweiser here and a St. Arnold's Fancy Lawnmower here, closed my eyes and took a taste, I wouldn't be able to tell the fucking difference. So, my advice to you, buy the cheaper one. Or stick with PBR. You go wrong with a PBR. But then again, nowadays PBR is the hipster beer because, ooh, it's hip to drink cheap beer. Oh, fuck out of here. If I'm going to drink plain beer, I like St. Pauli's Girl. Like if I'm at a crawfish boil and it's a BYOB, I'm going to bring St. Pauli's Girl. You better keep your fucking hands out my ice chest, you hear? St. Pauli's Girl kind of reminds me of Heineken without that skunky taste. It's like a light, regular beer. And I mean, not light as in diet beer, but light and refreshing. And it's don't have that skunky aftertaste that Heine has. I'll start rating domestic beers, but I don't really like beer. I fucking hate beer. You know, when I was a kid, we used to pound the fuck out of beers because we did it to get fucked up. We did it to get drunk. But to sit there and drink a beer to like a beer, I'd rather drink a flavored beer. Like, all of y'all who's been on my channel for any period of time or seen any of my old brew reviews, you know, I give mad props to the Reds people. Not because it's Reds and I'm red, but they make good flavored beer. The Not Your, Small Town Brewery with their Not Your Mama's Apple Pie and Not Your Daddy's Root Beer. And they got a few others I haven't tried yet, but I'm looking forward to trying those. But a good flavored beer is awesome. Call me fag, call me fruity, call me whatever you want to call me. Call me a hipster, I don't care. Call me a snob, a beer elitist, I don't care what you call me. But just to drink a beer for the taste, you might as well drink O'Doul's. If you like the taste, that way you don't get fucked up. You can keep a level head about you. But, let's face it, people drink beer to get drunk. So, if I'm going to get drunk, I want to have a good taste. Give me a good mixed drink or a flavorful beer. But this, to me, is no better than a Budweiser or a Bud Light. And, yeah, this is crap. And honestly, if I was at a bar drinking and they only had this and Budweiser or this and Coors Light, I'd be like, waitress, give me the cheaper one because it all tastes the same. This tastes like every other domestic cheap beer. Except it's got a premium microbrew price. So get the fuck out of here. Like I said earlier, this is my second beer tonight. My second review. I'm thinking it would be pretty neat to get 5, 6, 7, 8 of them and do them all at the end. I mean, one after the other. Just pause it in between. Make however many beers I drink, that many videos in one night, and see how fucked up I get by the end of filming. Yeah, this is pretty terrible. But I'm just getting too old to deal with a fucking hangover. You know, I mean, I don't even know how many beers it would even take me. Because when I was younger, man, I remember going to parades in New Orleans. And when I was a teenager, all the way up until I was 21 years old, it was still legal to drink at 18. Which is a story for another day, because I think if you're old enough to join our military, put your life on the line, or become a cop, because you could become a cop at 18, or a fireman. So if you're old enough to join the military, be a cop or be a firefighter, and put your fucking life on the line, you should be fucking damn well old enough to drink a goddamn beer. That's just my thoughts. But like I was saying, when I was a teenager, from the time I was born to the time I was 21 years old, because I had already had my 21st birthday. I think I was about to be 22 when they changed the law to link the legal drinking age in New Orleans to 21. So, and the part of New Orleans I lived in, there were certain little mom and pop shops that if you had a little stash and you were tall enough, they didn't fucking card you. Go in there, put a 12-pack on the fucking 12-pack, 24-pack on the counter, hand over your money. You could get your beer and your nudie mags. And boy, did I have a good collection of nudie mags. I had a stack this tall before Hurricane Katrina. But anyway, and that's all pre-internet. So if you had a little mustache and you didn't go in there and act all giddy like, hey, I'm getting beer and I'm getting a nudie mag and shit like that, you just played it cool. You just like you walked in confident, grabbed your case of beer, put it on the fucking counter, asked for a nudie mag, and didn't act retarded. And you act fucking like every normal son of a bitch that came in before you and that's going to come in after you. 9 times out of 10, you were walking out with your nudie mag and your beer. So, or either or cigarettes if you smoked. I never did smoke. I don't get that. You're like, eh. Because to me, drinking, you at least got drunk. Cigarettes, you don't get a buzz. You don't get drunk. You don't get high. So I don't get it. You're just like burning your money. You could say you're wasting your money with beer because you're just going to piss it out. But at least you got fucked up. You got drunk. You had a good time. You had a party. So to me, it was a no-brainer. Beer always over cigarettes and whatnot. Anyway, long story short, you know, there would be times like during Mardi Gras, or we used to all congregate at this one park. You know, people would park their cars and people would ride around playing loud stereos in their car. That's when loud stereos were in fashion. And anyway, there'd be times like at a parade. You know, the parade's 2-3 hours long. You go with 3 or 4 buddies. Everybody showed up with a case of different beer. Throw it all in one cooler. So 4 buddies show up. You got 4 cases of beer. That's what, 48, that's 96 cans of beer. And halfway through the parade, y'all going back and getting 4 more cases. So, yeah, I used to pound beers. And I didn't give a fuck what it tasted like because we'd get the cheaper shit. I remember getting a beer from a grocery store. There was just a yellow can, and in black letters it said beer. Yeah, go figure. So, I mean, it all tasted the same to me. And it still does. And I never did like the taste. It's not like I'm going to say, ooh, I'm going to get this beer because I like the way it tastes. No, because most beer to me tastes like shit. The only reason I'm reviewing this is for you guys. And when I get those flavored beers, that's more or less for me. That's why, you know, my last video, the Revolver Blood Honey, I was disappointed with that one. Now this one, I didn't expect much of. It was just because the grocery store I go to, you know, they have a section, they won't sell you a single beer. You either have to buy a 6-pack or they have generic 6-pack boxes, and you can make your own 6-pack. And they got a little section of singles that you can choose from. Because what I think happens is, like, when they bringing in beers, let's say somebody drops a beer out of a 6-pack, and it breaks. Well, then you only got 5 beers, so they'll put those 5 on the shelf. Because every time you go in there and you look at the single section, it's different every time. Same thing with like the cans. They have some cans in the single section. Again, I think, like maybe one might fall out of the plastic ring and you can't get it back in, so they just undo them all, stick them in the single section. Or the box rips to the case, and So anyway, you can make your own 6-pack. It's $9.99 for a 6-pack, which is high as fucking giraffe nuts. I remember buying a case of beer for $9.99. Now I think, like domestic crap beer, you could get, I think, a case for like $12-13. I don't know. It's been so long since I actually bought beer to buy beer. I used to buy beer for when I'd throw a crawfish party, crawfish boil. I'd buy like 2 cases of beer, and if you didn't like that beer, it was a BYOB. Everybody, you getting Bud Light or you're not drinking. End of story. Anyway, yeah, so it's $9. So this, I made my little 6-pack, and I had one more to go, and I was like, the label looks kind of cool. Let me give it a shot. But I mean, it's not a flavored beer, and I wasn't expecting much, so I knew it was. So going in, I knew it was going to be beer flavored beer. I didn't expect it to taste like a lawnmower. That would be ridiculous. So anyway, let's rate this thing. Saint Arnold's, for your fancy lawnmower brew here, I'm going to give y'all a 3 because it's exactly what I expected. Regular beer. Middle of the road. The only problem is you got a premium price on a fucking micro brew normal beer. Anyway, over here is subscription button. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Next to that's a notification bell. Click that. You'll be notified when I have new content. Over here, thumbs up, thumbs down. Bop, bop. Bam. Smash me over the head with a bottle with one. It doesn't matter which one you do. Just lets me know that you're watching. We like these better. And then down below is a comment section. Please, please, please leave me a comment. It don't take long to type one out, and you type one out, and I'll type one out too. Show me yours, and I'll show you mine. And right above that, but right below the video, is a description box with a description to this video, as well as links to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Please follow me on all the socials. You're on the fucking shit all day anyway, so why not follow your boy? You follow your boy here, follow me over there. We could actually have more conversations. I'm more on Facebook than anything else, but I'm starting to get a little more on the tweet, but the Instagram shit I still ain't figured out yet. But there's links to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. There's also a link to this channel's homepage where you can find all my older content separated by series. So if you like the beer reviews, check out the beer reviews. They're all in order. Hit play and watch them all. Same thing with the fast food Fat Man, the White Trash Guide to Buffets Across America, Big Red's Restaurant Invasion, the Ghetto Gourmet, and is there another one? I don't know. Big Red's Rants and Ramblings, where I pick a topic and just ramble on about whatever I feel like talking about that particular moment. And I'm sure there's another one in there. Oh, Gas Station Grubbin'. How can you forget Gas Station Grubbin', where you watch your boys big ass eat food out of a gas station? I'm putting my life on the line for you guys. And I'm about to start maybe Dollar Tree dining, where there's supposedly you can find food in the dollar store in the frozen section, but so far, every Dollar Tree I've gone into, none of them have a frozen section. I'll find one sooner or later. Anyway, this has been your boy Big Red. And I just want to thank you guys. Thank each and every one of you guys. From the occasional lurking/stalker to your long-time viewer who's afraid of commitment, who hasn't hit that sub button yet. But you, my subs, my Big Red Food Army, I love you the most. From the bottom of this big fat belly to the top of this almost bald dome, I appreciate and love each and every one of you guys like you will never know. Just thank you guys for sticking around. Please stick around a little longer for bigger and better things, hopefully. I don't know. Or just maybe more of the same crap. I don't know. We'll see. Also, in that description box, there's a link to my PayPal account. If you want to sponsor a video, specifically, just send a little money. Tell me what you want me to do. If you want me to do a certain brew, you want to buy Big Red a beer, you can buy me a beer. Tell me, hey, Big Red, I'm sending you $5. I want you to try Old Milwaukee's Best. I'll drink the beast for you. If you say, hey, Big Red, here's $10. Go get $10 worth of McDonald's food, but this is what I want you to eat. Hey, that's what I'm going to do. You know, if you send any money on, or if you just want to donate for the hell of it, that's great too. Because I do need new editing equipment to make better and bigger and better videos for you guys. I need a new computer because this one's about to die. Without the computer, that's the freaking lifeblood of this whole operation. And that sucker's about to die. Hell, if you just want to say, here's money to pay for your internet bill so you can continue sending me good content, that's fine too. Just know that you don't have to. Just watch the ads. Eventually I'll get paid from YouTube. I mean, you seen the video of my first check. It was like $100.08. But to that point, I probably ate like $3,000 worth of food. So I'm not making any money on this. Not yet. But if you do me one small favor, and tell your ma, tell your pa, tell your greasy grandma, share this video with your family and friends and tell them all to watch the ads. Don't skip the ads, because that's how we get paid here on YouTube. And, yeah, hopefully one day I might make some money. I got a kid to put through college. I got 3 more years. Then he's off to college, because this year's in 2 weeks. This video will probably be, I don't know if this video will be out by then, but 2 weeks from the making of this video, he starts school, his sophomore year in high school. By the time Christmas rolls around, he'll be a junior. He could actually graduate if he goes to summer school, which he doesn't have to go to summer school, but if he goes to summer school next year and the year after, he could graduate his junior year instead of his senior year. So within 2 to 3 years, I got a kid going to college. I live on disability. I can't afford to send him to college. So that's why I'm doing YouTube, hopefully to make a little money to send that boy to college. Because I'd rather him start out with a clean slate than go to 4 years of college and then have $80,000, $90,000 in student loans, because that would suck. Anyway, you know, treat me like a peanut butter. Spread me out to the world. Share me with your family and friends. Show them how you've been getting down with Big Red. Maybe they'd like to sit right here and have a beer with me. But we'll never know unless you share the video. Caring is sharing, and sharing is caring. So this has been Big Red for another Big Red Brew review. Let me know if you want to see this video's after 2 beers. If you want to see me after 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, as many beers as it takes to make me pass out, let me know. We might work that out. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time when we belly up to the bar. This is Big Red for another Big Red Brew review. I'm out because I got shits to do. And I'm tired and I'm going to bed. I'm old, fuckers.
Really loved you, I just drank.